Hello and welcome back to Long Live the Queen. I don't quite remember what I was doing, to be honest, but I know I was making her angry. She's very angry. I think I'm going for the militaristic thing. See if there's an ending to do with that. So... weapons and military. Let's just make her learn weapons and military for a while. What's she best at? Let's get her to do some swords. Oops. Outfits, I don't want the outfits. Let's get her to learn some swords. And... some more strategy. There we go. You take up a wooden sword and practice correct grips and stances. It's a good start, I guess. You study the effects of battle stress on troops and how morale can turn the tide of combat. You study military recruitment and the importance of training and motivation in making soldiers who can trust and depend on each other. That's also probably pretty good. You need that. There's a man here to see you. He wishes crown funding for a project of his. Remember, the treasury is not unlimited. If you choose to invest, you'll have less money to work with later. Your Royal Highness, I have a plan to print books using metal letters which can be moved and reused. I can tell you now, that's a very good idea. Printing press. Very important. I need to borrow 875 lassie to assemble the metal in factory to mould and cast the type. With this system, we'll be able to create new books in a fraction of the time it takes now, and make copies to send all over the world. I don't know much about factories or trade. Would that really be worthwhile? Printing press? Yeah, one of the major inventions of our time. You probably should invest in that, but we're not interested. Because you're a bit of an idiot. Okay? Just keep her angry. I'm only doing this just to see what happens if I do this. I have no idea whether this will lead to a good ending, a bad ending, or what. But let's do some archery. See what comes out with all of these skills at the end. Naval strategy. She's probably less likely to die in a fight, which is good. You learn how to twist and wax bowstring from a variety of fibres. My mouth is just not working with me today. You study different kinds of ships, their names, designs, and the number of each crew needed. You study different kinds of ships, their speed, manoeuvrability, and standard complement of weapons. Oh, who's this? Banyan? I'm gonna call you Banyan. That sounds not right. Whatever. Duke of Marie, Earl of Serenitis. Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. She looks very happy about that. However, I must call for your aid. The Ixonite occupation of the country of Imberim has gone on for too long. Now is the time to push back. Well, this area is our forte, I think. Oh, I know there's been some problems with Ixion, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying Southern Marie. But, we have plenty of troops, so it wouldn't be that hard to drive them out if we want to make a fight of it. I think so far, this is probably the only thing that she's actually going to be able to do, so let's prepare for battle. Well, if they want to fight, then we'll give it to them. I will arrange troops to be sent to your aid. Thank you for your highness. We'll become more willful. If I might say so, you're looking particularly lovely this day. I hope you will think fondly of me. I think he's hitting on you. Is he flirting with me? He's almost as old as my father. Yeah, but you are a princess, so he's just gonna try and get in there, no matter how old you are. Because that's what people do when they want the throne. To keep you angry. Well, let's do logistics here. Should I do something else other than weapon skills? Let's put something in athletics. Let's put some in running. Where is it? Oh, no, I keep doing this. I accidentally often just change the one thing twice, and so then I only end up doing one different thing, which is annoying. You practice walking at a brisk but comfortable pace for a set length of time each day. You study the kinds of equipment the soldiers need available, such as bedding, weapons, armour, medicine, bandages, and the tools to repair anything damaged. You study different kinds of transport: animals, wagons, sledges, ships, boats, and boots. It's just... oh, new outfit. It's trying to put me in a tongue twister. So the different outfits, I don't remember if I mentioned before, but the different outfits will give you benefits and like bonuses to certain things. So that one's obviously for the militaristic stuff. So if I put it on, I'll become better at all those things. I receive a report on the outcome of the battle against the Ixonites. Hopefully we did well, seeing as though it is the only thing she can do. You succeeded in driving them out of Marine, but it cost you about 3/4 of a battalion of soldiers and a great deal of material. That doesn't sound right. Material, I don't think that's how you spell it, but never mind. You lost 858 soldiers. That doesn't sound good. The Duke of Marine will be happy, but we could have done better. Maybe you should have been there. You're learning weapons training. What can I do? Minus angry. Plus depressed and afraid. Let's go talk to Dad. Dad, what really happened to Mum? She was a lumen, a magic user. It was meant to be in reserve to defend our domain, but she insisted on... You don't need to hear that. She used magic. It drained her strength. She thought it was harmless, and it wasn't. Eventually, her heart just... stopped. That's why I don't want you involved in it. Oh. Okay. Well, that's a good start for her, I guess. So this one... yeah, there we go. Boost military. Yes, so now we've got little green bars on the end of our military, so we get extra bonuses. So now because I've got that, I think I might do some other things. Like... well, Royal Demeanour was at a minus. Maybe a little bit of public speaking. And... some foreign intelligence? Maybe. You practice tongue-twisting sentences of syllables to improve your enunciation. I think I need that. Right now. I can't even read this, let alone tongue twisters. The current Duke of Sedna is 26 years old and unmarried. He might be considered a good marriage prospect for you if you desire stronger ties with the domain of Talas. Okay. Well, he's like 10 years older than me, so I don't know how old, like, my dad is supposed to be in this. Because knowing this, he's probably going to be like 40 or something, and they've drawn him to look like about 27. Well, never mind. There are reports that a Keithong has been sighted leaving the old forest. What's a Keithong? Yeah, I don't want to know. A beast with the body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak and spikes on its back. That is not what Keithong conjures up in my mind, to be honest. Eek! Several disappearances in southern Caloris are already thought to be the work of this creature. What should we do? Should we send hunters? The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Well, that's not a particularly good idea, is it? Because they might come back in the future. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You would only make it angry and waste more lives. So, we just let it eat people? Everyone dies in the end. You're quite mean. Sometimes. What's this? Tour the barracks? Why not? You're impressed by the discipline of the Novan troops, but the responsibility for their lives weighs heavily on your shoulders. There are approximately 9 battalions, 1 company, and 1 platoon under your direct command. I don't know what a platoon is. Or a platoon, or whatever I tried to say. Let's put some more into the weapons. Yeah, put some more into swords and military. You practice slow swings to move your blade to precisely controlled targets, building up your muscles and control. You drill with a partner, attacking and blocking in carefully timed patterns. You learn about how units reinforce each other in the field, gaining strength through proximity and the covering of weaknesses. You study the effects of different kinds of battle terrain for both offense and defense. Okay, you may now tour the barracks on the Wait... I already did that. Never mind. It's just getting a little bit confused. Right, there's a woman here to see you. She wishes crowdfunding for the project. I'm probably not going to give you any money, let's just face it, because I don't know anything about anything except fighting. Thank you for seeing me, Your Royal Highness. I come to you on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment. Well, that sounds like a good idea too. You should probably listen to her, Elodie. Putting all the sick people together? Wouldn't that make them die even faster? We're not interested. Face palm. Right, okay. What's your mood? I forget what pressure does. But this gets rid of yielding as well. She's not yielding. She's going out and fighting everyone. She's willful. You're impressed by the discipline... Oh, yeah, we've read this. That's alright. So yeah, let's just switch these. You learn to cut, fletch, and tie arrows. You learn about different styles and sizes of bows, long, short, and recurve. I've unlocked a new outfit. You learn about the requirement for all civilized sailors to rescue the crew of a sinking ship, even an enemy. You learn about the changes to naval warfare posed by unpredictable weather, as well as the dangers of sailing too close to an unknown coastline. So she's getting there, she's getting more intelligent, slowly. You're requested to stand in judgment. A woman has been convicted of an attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crown. Well, this is an angry young girl that you're pleading to. She's not gonna give mercy. Your Highness, this slattern dares to beg pardon when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own roof. Which sister? Does it really matter which sister? Corisande, the Duchess of Mead. Like, she tried to murder someone, like, it doesn't really matter which one it is. Is she alright? She's unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew. Ugh. Sounds like she just threw up. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? It's just as it is. Them devils killed me brother and broke me mum's heart. Lied to her they did, and when she went to see why he'd not come back, said he'd gone for a soldier when he never would. He weren't the only one neither. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice. You see, she's completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. I don't know what this is all about. Either way, murder is a serious crime, but... she's going to execute her, isn't she? As she's clearly guilty, her life is forfeit. She will be hanged in public as a deterrent to other criminals. You'll not have me! All of a sudden, she breaks loose from her guards and rushes at you. In your court dress, you are unarmed. You grope for a weapon and only find a heavy golden ornament which you hurl in her direction. Oh, Jesus. Your missile flies wide of its mark. Crap. Before you have a chance to do anything else, your personal guards step into action, cutting the woman down before she can endanger you. Her lifeless body lies bleeding on your carpet. So... it was either they stab her up, or I smash her head in with a big golden ornament, if I had good enough archery. Get that out of here. Put it on display so that everyone sees what happens to criminals. God, I've made her really mean. But, she did just try to kill me. I guess. Put some Wilf in. Right. What does... the new outfit. Boost weapons. There you go, that's it. I needed that just then, because then I might have had enough archery skill to actually hit that woman. That sounds really, really mean of me. But I think I'll leave this one on just in case we come into like, a situation where we need to actually command something instead. You practice standard attacks and sweeps with a long staff. You practice sparring with a partner using a staff. You learn about the support costs created by support. The more equipment you have, the more people and animals are needed to move them, and then those people and animals also need to be fed and equipped. You learn about the difficulty of obtaining new supplies from the field. Enemy civilians may hide or destroy supplies rather than let them fall into your hands, and friendly civilians may not stay friendly if robbed. Well, I don't really blame them, to be honest. Like, if you take their stuff, they're not going to be happy about it. As you're walking one day in the gardens, you hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. What an odd thing for an owl to be carrying. That's funny. I thought owls were nocturnal. I guess I was wrong. Okay, so we don't have, like, anything that would help her to actually figure out that was an omen or something. You're gonna be more willful. Let's just go back to the top again. I just want to see what happens, basically. That's why I'm just choosing all of the same things now. You practice moving with a blade, sidestepping, charging and lunging. You practice your blade to disarm opponents or shove them backwards. I'm assuming that, like, different things will help you to get the different endings. So I'm thinking maybe if I just head for one sort of specific type, I might get that ending. You study the power of ranged weapons, from arrows to thrown fire and sand, and how the threat of such attacks can shift the enemy's response. You study the use of cavalry in battle, as well as the costs and benefits of travelling with large animals. Yeah, I imagine if you, like, use elephants in battle, that, although they're very, very helpful and will scare the enemy a lot, cleaning up after them must be quite difficult. I mean, they're just gonna poop everywhere. And, if you happen to be standing behind an elephant... Actually, I have a coaster here. Never hide behind an elephant. I've got a coaster with that on. It just knew. It knew. Remember that the Festival of the Good Lady is approaching. There will be public celebrations for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. A grand ball? There'll be dancing. Elodie can't dance. As queen, you would be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, possibly give a speech. She can't give a speech. She ain't no good at giving speeches. I can't even talk, I can't give a speech for her. However, since you are not yet crowned, it's not required, and it may not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean, not safe? Some woman just tried to stab you a little while ago. I mean, yes, you did sentence her to death, but she just tried to stab you. So, you know, you must understand that it might not be safe for you. There might be people who want to hurt you. Outside of the castle, you're less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now, decide later. There's a letter for you as well. It's from Bryony. I went to school with her, but she's a couple years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. Apparently her Uncle Kevin has been acting strangely lately and shouting at shadows. Oh dear, he's going mad. Her parents are fighting and she thinks they might get split up. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have anything to suggest for her. You probably have something to suggest. Okay. Maybe we just, like, top on both of those. Don't I get anything for that as well? Never mind. Yeah. Same again. See what happens when I go through. You learn about caring for your bow, how to store it between uses, string and unstring, and check for damage or wear. You also learn that you should never fire a bow without an arrow on the string. You strap on protective gear and practice gripping, drawing and anchoring the bow before finally loosing a shot. You practice shooting at clearly marked targets across a flat field. It's been weeks and she's only just started shooting at things. Wow, these lessons, they must be quite boring up to then. You learn about the use of ships in transporting ground soldiers between locations. You study the cost, time and materials required to construct new ships. You study blockades, both setting them and breaking them. Handy. Today is the procession and the planting of the festival of the Good Lady. Will you be leading the parade? If you have any concerns about your safety, please stay here. The people will recover from disappointment. If we lose you, there's no recovery. Well, she can't make a speech, but she's strong, so she wants to go lead the parade. I'm not afraid. I'm going to be the best parade leader ever. My little girl. You prepare your best gown for the occasion, then walk slowly through the town with your attendants. It would not be appropriate for you to wear a sword, but you do walk with a sturdy golden scepter that's taller than you are. How's she going to use that if it's taller? At the end of the route, you help the priestesses turn over the earth for a new tree to be planted. Then the new life is blessed, and all the attendants join in song. The procession regroups to... Yeah, the procession, not possession, I'm not sure what I said there. Regroups to return to the castle. All of a sudden, there's a faint rumbling noise from under your feet. I thought she was going to say from her stomach. The newly planted tree in front of you quivers, and then out of nowhere, a splurt of water comes up from the ground, splattering you and the assembled crowd with droplets. Just as quickly as it began, it vanishes. Well, that's a bit odd. Can't say trees normally try and do that. The priestesses tried to calm the crowds with talk of omens and natural eruptions, but they can't halt the whispers. Dark magic. That water tasted of salt. That night, the guards report that Juliana, the former Duchess of Ursul, has mysteriously vanished from her cell. Oh dear, maybe I shouldn't have locked her up. Everyone is suspected, but no one seems to know what happened. Does that mean everyone is suspicious, but no one seems to know what happened? Or is everyone literally a suspect? You now have an enemy on the loose. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, lady. I didn't mean to. I'm not as angry now. Here we go. Willful, intrigue, military, and lumen. Well, let's get some logistics. And some intrigue. Let's find out what's going on here. Ooh, got a shiver. Your maternal uncle's wife, the Countess of Nyx, claims kinship to the old Merva line and originally asked your mother for the title to the duchy. However, no one could verify her lineage. As a compromise, your mother created her brother... My mother created her brother. My mother made her brother a Duke of Merthyr, I think, but it says here that my mother created her brother. So is he my brother? Did he spontaneously, just pop out of the ground when she waved her lumen crystal? I don't know. You study how to determine when to jettison or destroy excess goods for speed, and how to avoid overreaching. You learn about how to calculate enemy war preparations based on the movement of goods within their lands. Armies do not spring up full-formed overnight. You needed teaching that? Okay. You study the benefits of looting as a troop motivator versus the negative effect on civilian populations. Are you ready for the grand ball? Nope. All the nobles in the domain are here to see you, to see their queen. She hasn't got, any of the traits that you would normally expect a princess to have. You finish dressing and descend the stairs to make a grand entrance. She's probably going to fall flat on her face or something. All around, the rich and powerful pause in their activities to gaze upon you, the ruler of them all. Seeing yourself reflected in so many eyes makes you want to run away and hide. After a moment, you force yourself to carry on, but you're sure they've all seen you hesitate. Your father waits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. The Duke of Kigal alone has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age. Well, that's better than the guy who was as old as my dad. You look around the room at all your possible partners, which is to say, everyone. No one may begin dancing until you do. You can pick whomever you want and you will not be denied. Someone my age, someone younger than me, someone older than me, someone already married, or someone scandalous. I quite want to pick someone scandalous just to see what happens. I'm gonna forget. You don't want everyone assuming that whoever you pick first is your intended marriage partner, so why not make your choice as ridiculous as possible? With that in mind, you approach the Duchess of Hellas. You feel deliciously wicked at the expression of shock on her face, but it soon fades into something more ambiguous. Her hand in yours is warm, and too late you wonder if you're playing with fire. Oh dear, I've just, like... Oh dear. I think I've given her the wrong idea. I don't know if Elodie swings that way. Maybe she does, I don't know. I feel mean if she doesn't now. Dancing with a real partner feels quite different from dancing with your father. You knew him, he knew his steps like part of you. Now every move is a mystery. Unfortunately, you lose track of which steps you're supposed to do and trip over your feet. You lose track of which steps you're supposed to do when and trip over your own feet. Oops. I'm sorry, lady. Between the dances, there is time for the guests to mingle, chat, and sample tiny bites of exquisite food. During the lull in the music, Bannion, the Duke with the weird name, taps an elegant fingernail against a wine glass, letting the clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention, I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. You're not going to try and hit on me again. Her bravery and courage keep our borders defended. Probably, yes. Everyone applauds politely. As the gala continues... Oh, this is the gala. As the gala continues, you take the opportunity to observe nobles that you rarely see. There's Gwenelle, for instance, the young lady of Sudbury, only months older than you and due to finally inherit control of her duchy soon. Or Adele, the youngest daughter of the Duchess of Lilla and a fierce sportswoman. She was a few years ahead of you at school and the absolute terror of the ball fields. No Bryony. She had said her parents were leaving her stuck at school this season. Her parents are here, but they dance at an awkward arm's length from each other. Something must be wrong there. Strange that there's no sign of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? Your aunt and uncle are here, of course. It would be scandalous if they hadn't come, Merva being so close by. As scandalous as me asking that woman to dance, which shouldn't really be a scandal, to be honest. It's nice to be able to enjoy time with friends and family, isn't it? Sense magic fail. What is the magic about? Maybe the Duchess of Ursel, or whoever she was, the one I locked up, is around somewhere. Whoops. Let's make you a bit more angry. But I think I'm going to leave it here for now, because I've been recording for quite a while. We've danced. What have we actually done? We executed someone who then tried to kill me, and was just cut apart. And the Duchess has escaped. And she can do magic, so she might come to get me, because that wasn't very nice of me, was it? But anyway, so we'll just have to see what happens next time. I haven't died yet, which I'm surprised about. Genuinely, I thought I would have died from something, I don't know, or have my throne giving away like I got the first time that I played this. But yeah, I'm having fun. I kind of hope that I actually do reach the end to see what it's like having like a militaristic, angry, always choosing the wrong ideas kind of leader. Not the best, but never mind. So anyway, see you next time.